Hi, I'm Sarah, a college student currently studying media arts and design with a concentration in digital video and cinema. To put that in simpler terms, film. I also, as evident by my channel, love to read. And as a book-loving film scholar, there's always one question that weighs heavy on my mind. Which is better, the book or the movie? So today, we'll be tackling this conundrum by reading and then watching something that I'm a year late to, because that's just me, I'm a busy gal, can you blame me? All that to say, welcome to the first and at this point only installment of Book versus Adaptation, where we'll be reading and then watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. All spoiler free, of course. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh, sorry. Where are my manners? Popcorn? What am I even doing? We're reading the books first, starting with the first book in the series, The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. Let's go. Ow. I thought it would be fun to do cute bookish things while reading these novels, so I first want to take you all to this cute little new cafe I found a couple weeks ago. Yeah, going 4 times in 2 weeks might seem excessive to some. I see it as supporting the economy. What, I'm crazy? Yeah, what's new? I have reached the 100-page mark. For those that have somehow averted the book talk craze of this book, let me give you a brief synopsis. Don't worry, I'll keep it short. This series takes place at Cousins Beach, where we follow our MC Belly at the beach house she and her family spend every summer. But this summer, something's different, because when she gets there, everyone's like, dang Belly, you've changed, you've grown up, you're a woman. And Belly's like, what? No guys, I'm still me. Belly lives for these summers, where she gets to hang out with Conrad, the boy she's always fancied, and his brother Jeremiah, who is also Belly's best pal since who knows when. But remember, this summer, something's different. Is this a summer Conrad will finally notice her, or perhaps something will finally spark up with her and Jeremiah? To be determined. To sum that all up, I've heard this described as a YA, cute, beachy, love triangle romance. Okay, initial thoughts. This is definitely very cheesy, but we have to think about the intended audience. I know I may look like a preteen, no need to remind me, but I am indeed not one. What Belly is experiencing could seem childish, but to her, this is her whole life. And I think part of the appeal to the series is that nostalgia around summer and growing up and falling in love for the first time. Plot-wise, can't say anything particularly notable has happened so far, but the summer vibes are there. I'm also enjoying reading Jenny Han's writing, as I loved the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series. Those books are some of the books that made me fall in love with reading. I'm a Laura Jean stan, true and true. Have you seen the new Netflix show with, what's her name, Lana Condor? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, I've been searching for a series that will give me that same feeling. Not totally getting that yet, but still a bit early. But if any books can make me feel that way, it would be these books. It's funny, the book I finished yesterday was actually a mafia romance. This is a lot different. Love a good YA romance every now and then, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm in a YA romance mood, you know? I better get in one though, because we have 2 more books after this. I'm gonna try to finish this tomorrow. If anything revolutionary happens, I'll update you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you when we start book number 2, because we need to keep this video moving along. Hi vlog, it's a couple days later. Book number 1, done. It wasn't fantastic, but I enjoyed my time, and looking at it through the lens of it being YA, it's a 4-star read. Oh, if you hear a rabbit running around, that's because I'm letting Belle play. Don't mind her. Why did the side characters intrigue me more than the main characters? Like, people talk about them enough, but some of these side characters were a bit unhinged. Like, can we talk about Taylor for a second? Girl, ever heard of a thing called girl code? I wasn't expecting to be surprised by this book, but Taylor did that. She brought all the drama that I unknowingly signed up for, but loved. So burning question, am I team Jeremiah or Conrad? I'm team either. Their characters weren't fleshed out enough yet for me to have a strong preference. I feel similar to how I felt about the love triangle throughout most of the Inheritance games. Like, I like either of them, though that may and will probably change over the series. However, the shining part of this book for me was the strong family aspect between everyone at the beach house. I wouldn't technically call it found family since they have known each other the whole life, but that family connection between people non-blood related was so sweet and wholesome. I'm excited to see how these scenes are portrayed on screen, because I can see the potential. Like, I'm already imagining how I think production will take this story and expand on it. Moving on to the second book, It's Not Summer Without You. I started this late last night, and okay, look, late night Sarah is just not very smart. I kid you not, I spent all night trying to decipher this title. The whole double negative situation was just really tripping me up, because if it's not summer without you, then that means it's summer with you, but That doesn't make any sense. Today though, once the caffeine hit, coffee literally solves all my problems. I realized that they were trying to say that it's only summer with you, or that it only feels like summer with you. That was just a convoluted way of saying that it took me way longer than it probably should have to figure this title out. I'm currently about 70 pages in. The writing style of these books are very straightforward, but whereas the first book had flashbacks to previous summers, this book has flashbacks from the year in between the summer in the first book and the following summer. A second POV from one of the brothers is also added in here, which I'm enjoying. I can only take so much of Belly. Okay, I feel like I talked a lot. I'm trying not to make these updates too long, but I got carried away. What a surprise. Hold on a second. Belly, how do you feel about me reading about your namesake? Good idea. I've seen the Belly hate on the internet, and yeah, I kinda understand the disdain. She is giving lots of woman hating woman energy. We've already established that I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor, but like there's reasoning behind that. Belly, on the other hand, threatens like every girl she comes in contact to and just tears her down, and I'm like, girl, you don't even know her. To give you an example, page 95 she states, Sophie was one of those people who ended her sentences with a question mark. I could already tell that if I knew her, I would hate her. But we're not done. 2 pages later. At first I thought it was a figure 8, and that maybe he was dating some girl who ice skated. I decided I hated her too. I like her character for the most part, but it's just little things like this that create that barrier that prohibits me from fully connecting to her. Look what came in the mail. I'm covering up my address. Expect a book haul coming soon. We're moving through these books faster than a cheetah on steroids. I don't know. But there's no dilly-dallying when you have a whole show to binge. I have finished It's Not Summer Without You. That epilogue. What was that? I genuinely have no clue whom Belly's going to end up with. And after getting more of Taylor, she is growing on me. I feel for her. And her feelings are totally valid, because Belly definitely is not getting the best friend award either. Their friendship is very tumultuous, but there's still history and love between them. So I'm looking forward to exploring that more in the third book. I'm going to give this 3.5 stars. This is very much so a filler book. Was this really needed, or could this all have been summed up in like a chapter? I'd say the later. Still, I had fun, and there's merit in that, so 3.5. Moving on to the third and final book in the series, We'll Always Have Summer. Love this purple. Definitely my favorite cover in the series. So in this novel, us readers have now time traveled to the future where Belly is wrapping up her freshman year of college. Man, I'm just reading this and I'm wondering how everything's going to play out. I think I do have a favorite brother now who is actually the opposite of the brother I was leaning towards in the second book. I don't know, my feelings are confused. I'm stressed, I want everyone to be happy, but at this point in time, I can't see that playing out. Hi guys, it's about a week later, so we have a bit of catching up to do. I've been busy packing, moving back to my apartment, creating a book nook. Make sure to check out last week's video if you haven't already. Thanks, love y'all. But I have finished the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. I am happy with how everything ended. Am I happy though? Does this face look happy? Look, the book built the ending up to make it seem like we're gonna get this big dramatic ending, and we really didn't. I was out here thinking Belly was going to drop one brother and then hop immediately into the other brother's arms, which, you know, would not be the nicest or most moral thing, but I wanted that drama. That's on me though. And she does choose a brother at the end, though I think it starts to become clear pretty early on whom Belly's going to end up with once you stop to think about why the author included certain elements in this book. So that aspect was not that surprising, and so I was really just reading for that climax that I don't think this book reached. It definitely did not reach. Still, I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. I was thinking about giving it 4, 4, but then after the ending and reflecting back on it more, 3.5 is still pretty generous. So 4 stars for the first book and 3.5 for the second and third. Do I recommend this series? Sure. Not a wow, I'm quaking in my boots type of books, but if you want a cute, beachy YA romance, this will give you that. Before we start the Amazon Prime adaptation, I am clearly missing something. Hold up. The binge watching essentials. I'm treating myself today. We got some popcorn, some peanut M&Ms, best kind of M&Ms, chef's kiss. Besides peanut butter M&Ms, those are pretty good too. I'm excited, though I feel like I need to lower my expectations, but I can't help that I enjoyed the To All the Boys I Loved Before adaptation so much. Like, they were just as good as the books, and I watched those movies before I had even read the series. Then again, Jenny Han, according to Wikipedia, was an executive producer and wrote 3 episodes for the Samurai Turn Pretty adaptation. Why 3? Couldn't tell ya. So, you know, I just need to get started with this. We'll chit chat more about it in a bit once I've actually watched some of it. Every time I open up Prime Video, the first thing that pops up is the Samurai Turn Pretty. Okay, Jeff Bezos, are you happy? I'm finally watching this. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? 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 Let's censor that. Hello? Literally me. I'm not sure how many scenes are shot like this, but even for like the single scene that they probably had to refilm at least a handful of times, can you just imagine how long Lola Tung, the actor who plays Belly, had to tread water for? Like, that's impressive. I know from personal experience, I used to be a swimmer. That can get tiring pretty quickly. Can I just say something? Belly's first kiss scene. Oh my gosh, that was so awkward. Considering who that happened in front of. I was just cringing the whole time. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. I mean, there's nothing to be embarrassed about, but I am. Okay, overall, that was really good. It was similar to the books, but there also seems to be other elements added, such as this whole debutante thing at the country club. And in the adaptation, Belly's mom is an author, whom I'm calling it right now, sensing a possible relationship with this Cleveland guy, this other author in the series, in the adaptation series. And Cam Cameron, he was such a golden retriever-esque type character in the books, but in the series, someone better get him on a leash. That is just elevated so much. He was like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going on a boat for my whale-watching internship, and I was wondering if you'd maybe want to come. Wow, that was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. Fun fact about me, I physically cannot watch TV without doing something else as well. I can place myself in front of the TV and tell myself, Sarah, you're gonna watch TV. And I'll be like, all right. But meanwhile, my brain will be off thinking about what I'm gonna make for dinner. So today's activity for our binge watching is putting, this one is not going to stand, these bad boys together. I bought these chairs 2 months ago, 40% off, mind you, and have not gotten around to putting them together. I have no excuse. These will be replacing my current dining room chairs, breakfast nook chairs, whatever you want to call them, as those have always been temporary. They were hand-me-downs from my brother, and you can tell. They are so ugly. Not my style at all. I'm now up to episode 4. I'm not a binge watcher, so this has been a struggle. The only show I have binge watched happened on one of those, excuse me, pardon your interruption, happened on one of those rare days when I had literally nothing else to do. That was Squid Games, which, if you've seen that show, I feel like that's all the explanation you need. I had never experienced a show so addicting before. I kid you not, I watched it all in a day. And no regrets here. Just back then when I realized I wasted my day, but I'd do it again, just for Squid Games. Only for Squid Games. looks like I will only be putting one chair together today, and I guess I will be contacting Target's customer support. Love that for me. Update on the chairs. Contacted Target, they're sending me another one. And then I can replace you too. Today is day 4 of watching the Summer I Turned Pretty series. I'm currently finishing getting ready, though I don't know why, because all I have planned for today is a 3-way date with the couch, The Sims, and the TV. Why is that kind of depressing? How are you guys spending the last of your summer? I'm just binge watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. I don't want to come on here and complain about watching TV because that's ridiculous, but I am just not compelled to continue watching. Don't get me wrong, I am enjoying it, but whereas with the books, I wanted to continue reading them. I totally think that's just like a me thing though. I can't even tell you the last time I watched a drama. Lost? Is that considered a drama? I don't know, it was a while ago. The episodes are like at least 45 minutes each, so there's that. Which lip product do we want to use today? Caloray? Yeah, I know it's a bit early for Halloween. I'm sorry that this lighting is making me look like a ghost. While I have been getting ready, I've been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, even if I would rather watch YouTube, but we gotta finish it for the video, for science, to see which is better, the book or the movie. Adaptation series. Moving on to season 2. During a recent Origin sale, I bought the Growing Together expansion pack because I knew I'd be binge watching, so I was like, the stars are aligning, perfect timing. Little PSA from Sarah here, never buy Sims expansion packs full price. Don't do it, don't waste your money. I promise you, if you just wait a little bit, they'll go on sale. They always do, at least 4 to 6 times a year. Also, don't think that I'm just playing in The Sims today. Can you imagine? Honestly, what a life. I'm going to also be working on a thumbnail, my reading journal, and doing some other household chores while I am binge watching the rest of the series, hopefully. We'll see. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I have finished the 2nd season of The Summer I Turned Pretty all in one day. First season took me 4 days to watch. 2nd season took me 1.5 days. I guess it wasn't all in one day. Close enough. Final thoughts. It was really good. But to answer the looming question, which was better, the book or the adaptation? I 100% fully stand behind the adaptation. Hear me out. The characters were miles more developed. For example, in the novels, Belly's brother and mom were very much so just ink on page. Whereas in the adaptation, they were whole fleshed out characters with personalities, relationships, aspirations. There's also way less misogynistic energy. Belly's even friends with one of the girls she harped on the whole first book. And I don't think Jenny Han intentionally meant that to be present in the novels. I mean, I don't know Jenny Han, so who knows, but in the adaptation series she was co-producer on, that was not a problem at all. The adaptation was also more nuanced, which was stunning to see. I think if Jenny Han wrote the series nowadays and included more of those elements that were present in the Prime adaptation, the novels would be a lot stronger and connect to a wider range of readers. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy the books, because you guys saw I obviously did, but the adaptation took the story and strengthened it. And yeah, that's probably partially due to the fact that it's way easier to portray information on screen than in a mere 300-page novel. But one of the many glorious elements of reading is that a book can take readers and immerse them into the world and really form a connection that a TV wouldn't be able to provide. I, however, felt more of a connection to the story through the adaptation. Of course, there's incongruities between the two takes on the story, but I do think the 2nd season reflected the 2nd book more, because in the 1st season, the whole debutante ball thing was what drove the narrative, and I don't think there was even a mention of a debutante ball whatsoever in the 1st book. If you're thinking about reading the series alongside watching it, I would say just go ahead and read the books beforehand, because some elements from the later novels show up in the 1st season, which I thought they were going to, and yeah, I was right. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to include a spoiler section, but I think I am. So I'll pop up spoiler on the screen, so if you don't want to be spoiled for the book series or the adaptation, just skip ahead until it's gone. Okay, I felt like I owed you guys an answer to which team I'm on, since this has been such a big debate on the internet recently. I'm on Team Conrad, but how could I not be after what happened in Cabo in the 3rd book? And I'm not here to determine if what Jeremiah did was forgivable or not. It's like the whole Ross or Rachel, we were on a break thing. But Jeremiah should have at least told Belly afterwards, especially since they immediately got back together. And yeah, that would have sucked for him, but do you know what would suck more? Belly finding out later through someone else. And that is exactly what happened. Also, at least in the adaptation, you can just tell that Conrad and Belly have more chemistry. And yeah, that's purposeful so that when they do get together, the audience, or most of the audience, will be okay with it and won't still be hung up on Team Jelly. Oh, sorry, Team Jellyfish. Actually, I'm on Team Taylor. I know, that is like the biggest surprise in this video. Not me complaining about Taylor and then later becoming a Taylor fan. It's okay guys to change your minds on characters, especially when there's character growth. Taylor and Steven are just so cute together. I wish they got together in the books. One of my friends actually likes the books better, but she has only watched one episode, so I don't really know if her opinion is valid. I personally think you have to watch the whole series before you can decide. Let me know your thoughts. It seems to be that people generally think the novels are better than the adaptation. And yeah, I usually tend to think so. For instance, The Maze Runner, The Hunger Games, Behind Your Eyes. That's all I can think of right now. I liked the books better. However, it was the other way around this time. And overall, yeah, I can definitely see why the series has gotten so much hype over the past 2 years. I do plan on watching season 3 when that arises because plot-wise, the third book was the juiciest, most drama-filled novel out of the 3. I did enjoy the second season more, so producers, Jenny Han, let's keep the ball rolling. Down in the comments below, let me know which version you liked better, the book or the adaptation, and why. Give me your sales pitch. Let's start a conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can also comment, interact, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.